Oh my god. This is this is the most beautiful knife I've ever seen. Yeah, I wouldn't talk about a knife unless I knew exactly what I was dealing with here. $40 on this knife. And what you got here is a Chinese knife. Let's say that. I'll give it that. I've had this knife now for a while, and it's the most beautiful knife I've ever seen in my life. Oh, I almost cut myself there. My Chinese knife. I was gonna wait to make this review because I wanted my cigar to be more stubby for this review. I wanted a stubby cigar. I wanted a stubby look for the stubby knife. You see, I carry my knife on a utility belt, so I carry my knife on a utility belt, so I didn't know if this whole thing would be a problem. I didn't know if this would be a problem because I carry my knife on a utility belt. When I pull my knife off of my utility belt, I didn't know if this whole thing would be a problem. And I also wanted to start later when my cigar was more stubby. But I just thought of that and I had to tell you. I didn't know if that would be a problem or not, but I think it's alright. Now this knife is a good knife because it's made in China by Walmart. The Chinese make good stuff. I wouldn't review a knife unless it was rigorously tested. This may in fact be the most, this has been put through the, it's been, you know, no, I wouldn't talk about anything unless I knew what I was talking about, so, this knife has been probably my most used knife in my collection. I got this knife earlier today at 7 p.m. I've been flicking it out non-stop. I'm not just doing this for the video. I've been doing this since I bought the knife 7 hours ago, and I'm starting to hear it's like a little screen door noise, like a little squeaky door noise, like a screen door, like on a porch or something. Does that make sense? A screen door kind of noise. The knife has the noise of a screen door when you squeak it back, or like SpongeBob's boots when you squeak it back into place. Other than that, it's a pretty good knife. For a Chinese knife. Yeah, that's really nice. The first thing I noticed, I thought that this was a defect in the knife when I bought it, but I looked up a review, and he said the same thing. I don't know if it was just this knife, but it doesn't feel very good to open. It's not very good. But I don't think it's meant to be a good knife. This is the budget version, the value version, I think is what they were saying when I looked up the other dude's review. So yeah, I wouldn't talk about a knife unless I knew exactly what I was dealing with here. And what you got here is a Chinese knife. Let's say that. I'll give it that. Got that little squeaky noise when you close it. Covered that. Been flicking it like a retard. I'll stop flicking it. What do I have to say about this knife? I made a bagel. It was an everything bagel. I used it to spread cream cheese onto the bagel. The bagel was burnt. The bagel was kind of burnt. It was an everything bagel. I used the knife to spread cream cheese on the bagel, and bagel would be burnt, so I give it about a 3 out of 5. Yeah, so I didn't know if that would be a problem or not. This knife is huge. This knife is big. No. That's a big knife. It's too big. This knife might be too big. If you guys own a buck, this is a spider. If you own a spider, leave a question in the comments. If you own this knife, leave your questions in the comments. Oh, I almost cut myself there. My Chinese knife. This is a good knife. When people see you have a knife, and they see you have this knife, they see this in the recommended videos, and they click on it because it's a cool knife. It looks cool. Anime dudes with a knife be like, what is there to say about this that hasn't already been said? What a knife. So this is the most used knife I have in my collection. What a knife. So the blade, this is what the dude was saying on the other review. Well, the blade, it doesn't keep its edge, but you see, I wouldn't really mind taking her out every once in a while for a couple hours with my blade shaper. Work that baby until it's nice and sharp again. It was, funny thing is, you can't tell, but when I bought this, it's actually a 1/4 of an inch shorter than when I first bought it. From the blade shaper, I worked this baby. Yeah, I don't... See, this is the kind of knife you're gonna want it. This is gonna take some work. You want to work on this baby with the blade shaper. See, luckily I'm the kind of dude, I've got all the time in the I've got all the time in the world. I got a blade shaper. See, I'll just work this baby. This knife was a 1/4 inch longer when I bought it. Yeah. So I don't really mind. I'm sure it's sharp. That was never a question. I'm sure the knife is sharp. But I'll spend a few hours with the blade shaper working it. Just working the blade. Cause you know what they say. I'll be here studying the blade. Alright guys, I don't know what you guys are doing on YouTube. I'll be here studying the blade. Alright guys. It's a nice knife. I give it a. It's a 3. Let's be realistic. I spent $40 on this knife at Walmart. Said it's from China. That squeaky blade. Spent $40 on this knife at Walmart. Yeah. I give it a 3. No. I'm just kidding. This is the most beautiful knife I've ever seen. I didn't know if I could buy this because I keep my knife on a utility belt. So I didn't know this would be a problem. I've had this knife now for a while and it's the most beautiful knife I've ever seen in my life. If I had to rate it, and I do, as I've started this video, I give it a 5. It's the most beautiful knife I've ever seen in my life. I didn't know if this would be a problem. Oh my god. This is this is the most beautiful knife I've ever seen. Yeah, so, yeah, I give it a 5. And if you own this knife, leave your, questions. If you own a Spyderco knife, leave a question in the comments, and I'll answer your questions. I'll answer all the questions as they come in the next episode. Maybe I'll buy another knife.